James, and this evening I'm going to be working in my east-facing flower bed. This is right outside the door that I use every day and night as I come and go from my house, so I just wanted to get cleaned up and looking a little bit better. I'll show you what's going on with it. So here's a look at the flower bed from back far, and as I come in closer I can point out some things to you. So that's the door I go in and out every day. So when I see this bed, it just doesn't really make me happy right now. Even outside of the flower bed, I have weeds, very large weeds. I have sprayed some Roundup on them, but they're not dying very quickly. And then I have new generation of weeds growing already, so I'm going to do a little bit to take care of that. And then when I actually get into the flower bed, you see a lot of green. Most of that is weeds. And all of my mulch that I had in here last year, I just used grass clippings as mulch. That has like all degraded and like broken down. So I have no mulch in here right now, nothing to keep these weeds down. So I do need to get the weeds killed and then keep the next generation of weeds from coming. I do have some very nice gold mound spireas back there that you're seeing, and a clematis that's already making a good go of it climbing that trellis. I have some other nice plants in here too, but you just can't even hardly pick them out from amongst the weeds. So I'm going to just get in here, do some weeding, do some spraying, and some other things to make this just look a whole lot better and make me happier when I go in and out of the door every day. So the first thing I'm going to do to take care of this bed is just pull the very largest of the weeds out of here so that I'm only left with small weeds that can be more easily sprayed and covered up. To suppress some of the future weeds, and the way I'm going to do that is to use a pre-emergent herbicide. So this right here is Preen. It's a product that a lot of you probably recognize the name of if you've been doing any gardening, and it's a pre-emergent herbicide, so that means it kills the weeds before the seed starts to grow, or it stops the seed from growing. That way whenever a seed blows in on a windy day, or if there's any seed that's still in the bed that maybe gets stirred up for some reason, it won't grow. So that way I just have to get rid of the generation of weeds that are in there currently, and any of the perennial weeds will still have to be taken care of. But this will stop the seeds from growing from any annual weeds. And the way I'm going to put that on there is I'm just going to use like this hand spreader here. And they're pretty simple to use. You just kind of have this hopper here where you fill with your product. This one is adjustable, like how much comes out at once, and then a little hand crank here that you use. And so that's how I'm going to get my preen down quickly and over a large area. This isn't very large, but I do have other parts of my garden that are really big, so that's why I like to use something like this. Otherwise, you could even grab like a handful and just sprinkle. You can also buy Preen in shaker bottles that have like little holes in them, and then you can just shake the product out. So that's maybe a little bit more user-friendly than like, but with the size of the gardens that I have, I just go for the largest possible. So this right here, that's a 16-pound tub that I'm going to be putting down. Not all in this garden, but throughout the yard. So that's why I do it this way with the hand spreader. I'm even putting a little bit outside of the flower bed into the gravel area that I have here because I still have a lot of weed problem there. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it spread right outside. And I'm getting down the end of my hopper, so we're just going to use it to sprinkle here. So my Preen would have had a better effect if I had gotten it down sooner, and it would have suppressed all these other weeds from growing. So it's too late now. I'm going to have to take care of these other weeds a different way, but it'll stop the next generation of weeds. The reason I waited though is because of this little guy right here. This is a Morning Glory seedling, and so Morning Glory vines are an annual, but they do self-seed very quickly, very easily in a garden, and I wanted to have a couple of vines this year. If I had put down my Preen before that plant had started to grow, it would have stopped any of my Morning Glory seeds from growing. So I have one seedling right there, and another one right here. Right there, you can tell by the heart-shaped leaves. And I think there might be just a couple more coming in other parts of the garden too, and that's going to be plenty because it only takes one or two plants to really cover this back wall. next I'm going to add a layer of mulch about 2 to 3 inches thick, and that's not going to kill the weeds that are there currently, but it is going to slow them down, and then once they pop up above the level of the mulch, then that's when I'm going to come in and spray them with like a Roundup. Here's the finished bed once I've gotten my mulch down. So I put down 5 bags of mulch that were 2 cubic feet each, so 10 cubic feet went into this bed. And actually I'm only looking at the left side, and I need to do a little bit more, because if I pan to the right, it sort of starts coming around the corner into this next bed, and you can see what a difference it is from where my mulch is until where it ends. And so when I start doing this next bed, then I'll put down even more mulch. But just what a difference that makes. It looks so neat and clean now, and the plants really pop against this dark background mulch. I am going to have to keep a close eye on this bed because, like I said, there's a lot of weeds under there. They're going to come pop through this mulch probably within the next week, and at that time I'm going to come out and I'm going to spray them or pull them to keep this looking neat and clean all summer long. So now that I have it to this point, it'll just be a lot easier to maintain. Remember, I have that Preen under there that's going to kill the next generation of weeds, and then I have the mulch to suppress the weeds, and then I'm going to keep an eye out for any that come along so I can get them sprayed before they get very large. Thanks for joining me tonight on this quick redo of my front bed that I get to see every day as I come and go to work. So now it's just a much nicer looking, cleaner bed that I have, and it'll be easier for me to maintain also. If you have any questions about a flower bed of your own that's maybe filled with weeds and what you need to do to get it taken care of and cleaned up, definitely leave a comment below and I'll help answer your questions. And always remember to click subscribe on this video and check us out on Facebook and at our website, northernyardsandgardens.com. Thanks everyone!